So now I'll start with the introductions. My name is Ronald Bear. I'm the interim dean here at the Brown University School of Public Health. And I want to extend a warm welcome to all of you here today, including our school's impressive graduates, faculty, staff, families, alumni, public health leaders, both present and future. I am truly honored to be standing here and kicking off this exciting weekend of festivities and celebrations. And I'm excited to see this new generation of public health leaders who have dedicated their careers to the critical importance of public health in our lives. But change and growth isn't easy. We have seen how challenging it can be to implement change at the national and international level, but we have also witnessed the strength of a united community of public health leaders working together to protect the most vulnerable amongst us. Therefore, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to everyone in this room or tent for their hard work and dedication to the cause of advancing health for all. For our graduates, your training, your dedication, and your tireless efforts will make you all better leaders. And I've had the pleasure of getting to know many of you both as professor and as the acting dean here at the School of Public Health. I would also like to acknowledge and thank the faculty and the staff who have taught, mentored, and guided all of you throughout your Brown journey. I'd just like to give them an applause. Thank you for all that you do. Our nation and our world are currently facing urgent public health challenges. Across the globe, climate change is threatening the health of populations, and public health equity and universal health care access are still goals, not realities in many communities. Here at the Brown University School of Public Health, our researchers are actively working to address the most urgent public health issues of our time, including food insecurity, environmental health, pandemic preparedness, and the overdose crisis. I want to thank all of you for playing a pivotal role. Thank you for your commitment to advance this important work in your lives and your careers. To our graduates, I encourage you to stay engaged with our school even after graduation. We are thrilled to follow your achievements and look forward to seeing all that you will accomplish in the years to come. We want to hear from you and value your continued input as we continue to grow as a school. There are numerous ways to stay connected, such as joining our LinkedIn group for alumni and current students, becoming an official alumni ambassador for the school, or even writing a guest column for the printed or digital editions of Continuum magazine, and you will be hearing from us, no doubt. Because there are so many different ways that you can be involved, even in mentoring and so many different opportunities for you to engage. And we welcome that. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce our Assistant Dean of Education, Jesse Nadonic Gray, who will present our student awards to some very impressive graduates. I hope you all have a wonderful time over the next few days, and I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you and your families and friends and everyone that you think are important in your lives. So, Jesse, thank you.
Thank you, Ron. It is a pleasure to be here kicking off Commencement Weekend 2023 with all of you. We have so many incredible graduates to celebrate this weekend. And today, I have the honor of announcing our 5 Public Health Awards for graduating students and introducing our 3 incredible student speakers. Dino Bear, I invite you to present the award certificates to our students. No rush, yeah. And students, please join us on stage when I call your name, and Dino Bear will present you with your award. Our first award is the Public Health Award for Outstanding Undergraduate Thesis. This award recognizes excellence in the conduct of honors thesis research and is presented to Sydney Fisher. Congratulations. Our second award tonight is the Public Health Award for Academic Excellence. This award recognizes a graduating public health student who has demonstrated exemplary academic performance in their coursework. We present this award to Sophia Petrillo. Congratulations.
She was there last year, too.
Next, we have our Public Health Impact Award, and this recognizes excellence in scholarship or professional contribution. Our first awardee is Otto Olafsson. Our next award is presented, the next Public Health Impact Award is presented to master's degree recipient Delrose Hooker Newball. Delrose is unable to join us tonight, but will be presented with her award later this weekend. Next, we have our Public Health Award for Community Engagement. This recognizes leadership and commitment to building community beyond the walls of the School of Public Health and Van Wickle Gates. We present this award to Shaughnessy Burks. And finally, we have our awards for Public Health Diversity and Inclusion Catalyst. And this award recognizes our graduates who are advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion in our community. We have 4 outstanding graduates to recognize in this award category. Sanga Clara Lee. Malik Mitchell. Next, we have Don Pierre Burnett. And our last awardee for the Diversity and Inclusion Catalyst Award is Hui Jung. Congratulations. Please join me in congratulating our class of 2023 award recipients. If you want to read all about their accomplishments and their biographies of what they've accomplished here at Brown during their journey, you can look at our QR codes on the agendas that we have laying around. There's a large website with all of their incredible accomplishments. I really It's too much to put into, one small page, so please visit their website and check out what they've done. And now I'm excited to introduce our 3 exceptional student speakers for the evening. First is Nelson Lin, who is receiving his Bachelor of Science degree in Neuroscience and concentration in Public Health. You will then hear from Kiara Lee, who is receiving her Master of Public Health degree. And our final student speaker will be Catherine Thompson, who has earned her PhD in Health Services Research. Now I welcome Nelson to the podium.
Hi, everyone. That's what I've written down, but over the past couple of days, it's been beginning to feel less like hello and more like goodbye to a lot of people. And I feel like giving a speech here feels, in some ways, a little inadequate to convey how lucky and grateful I am to have trained and studied public health here. It's really surreal for me to think about that word, goodbye. To be tasked with saying goodbye seems to me a little bit like an almost impossible task and sort of a sad one. But when I remember that we're in community, sometimes it doesn't feel so bad. To paraphrase the words of Providence native and late great activist Grace Lee Boggs, movements towards social change are never questions of critical mass, but rather they're always questions of critical connections. I can't think of anywhere that applies more than our work in public health here, where we tackle perhaps some of the most emotional, significant, and important work out there, work that reduces harm, changes lives, and uplifts communities. I think that saying goodbye means that we give our thanks to the connections, bonds, and memories that we've formed on this campus as we journey towards a healthier, more equitable future. For me, I'm lucky to call the connections and communities here at Brown mine. They're the connections that were formed in a semester and a half on campus as a first year, surviving an online education during the pandemic, and rekindled and brought me to the people I'm lucky to call my closest friends today. They're the connections with professors, staffers, and mentors who have guided us students into the forefront of health equity work and reaffirmed our ability to do big things and take risks when we didn't think we could. They're the connections with our loved ones who have supported us tirelessly, endlessly, in everything that they do. And as I give my thanks to connection and community, I implore you to remember that our work in public health is not just work. Our research is not just science, and our advocacy is not just in a vacuum. Our public's health and lives is about lived experiences and human beings, people we will continue to connect to and thrive with in the future. I think that I speak for all of us when I'm saying that I'm excited to be in community with others in the places we'll call home soon, wherever it is outside of Providence and beyond. As we students move past and move forward in our careers fighting for health equity, I feel empowered by our education and our experiences here. I'll be forever indebted to my Brown community, and while we won't be in proximity soon, our connections will remain if we make a conscious effort to. So, thank those in your life after this event for their support. I'm serious to y'all graduates, like text people, Slack people, email people, make sure you're reaching out to people. I want to see everyone's phones like chattering away as you're walking away, sending texts to your friends, go say hi to your mentors and colleagues whenever you get the chance, whether in person or remotely, and thank them for how they have shaped you. Embrace your loved ones and show your appreciation for their unending support. If there's anything that Brown has taught me, it's that we survive and we thrive on the support that we give each other and the connections that we share. So even as our class leaves tonight and this weekend for a bright future ahead, our connections and communities are going to follow us. To everyone at Brown here, thank you. Thank you for being in community with me. No matter where we go, I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Hey y'all, how are y'all? Yeah, I hope y'all having a good day. Mine speech is a little long, but bear with me. Hopefully I keep y'all entertained. So, during my sophomore year in high school, I distinctly remember asking my mom, who is my track coach, if I could learn how to jump hurdles. Now, I will say I was not the best athlete, but jumping hurdles was something I thought I could do. I understood the mechanics behind jumping hurdles, so she gave me a chance. I practiced for weeks and weeks leading up to the first track meet of the season, and I ran my first ever 300-meter hurdle race. That race was my first and last time jumping hurdles. Although I did not win first or second or even third, I learned something valuable that day. Don't be afraid to take that big leap. Step out on faith. And I will tell you, I have been leaping ever since. My first big leap after that race was moving 3 hours away from home to attend my illustrious, historically black college, Tougaloo College in Jackson, Mississippi. I knew no one there. I went there with the idea that I would get my biology degree and get an early acceptance into one of the 3 medical schools Tougaloo partnered with, Brown being one of those schools. As you can see, I am not in medical school, nor do I plan on going. But going to Tougaloo set me up for one of my biggest leaps to date. The leap making the decision to move 1,250 miles away from home over 19 hours to pursue my master's in public health degree here at Brown University. Since moving to Providence and becoming a part of the Brown community, I also have taken small leaps, hops, if you will. I know life is not always about the big things we do, but sometimes the smaller hops leading up to that big leap. For me, those smaller hops look like writing and performing my own poems, becoming a TA for Biostatistics 1 and 2, interning at the Rhode Island Department of Health, and applying to PhD programs. Of course, I had other hops and even a few setbacks, but I kept my eyes on the prize and never let failure deter me from my goal, and I continued to take those leaps. Now, back to that fatal hurdle race. Some of you may know that feeling of lining up at the start line, waiting for that moment when the gun goes off. Do you remember the thoughts that went through your mind or the feelings you felt? If you're not familiar with that feeling, let me paint you a picture. There you are in the start position, ready to start the race. The referee says, "On your mark." And in turn, I think, oh my God, I am really about to do this. Get set. Lord, please do not let me fall on any of these hurdles. Bang, and I take out running, trying to remember all of my training from the weeks prior. Constantly telling myself to breathe and stride it out. I hear my mom and fellow teammates cheering me on, and I successfully jump the first hurdle. What I would like to share with you today are some things I learned that day. I learned it's normal to be anxious before taking a big leap. I know we all have a support system cheering us on along the way. In reality, the race is more than one hurdle. And finally, run your race. These 4 points have helped me to stay optimistic about the leaps ahead and continue to push toward my goal. The anxiety that comes before taking a big leap can be debilitating, but we cannot let that deter us from our goals. We all have a support system cheering us on, whether that is your family, co-workers, therapists, or fellow classmates. We are not doing this alone. And remember, success is on the other side of fear and anxiety. Run your race. Another saying from my childhood, and I'm sure all of you have heard different adaptations of that advice. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Their timing isn't your timing. Or the big one from the animated movie, Meet the Robinsons, keep moving forward. This is a big one because it's easy to judge your progression by that of your peers. But it does not always matter how fast or slow they are moving, because if it is meant to be, then it will be. Don't let that discourage you from continuing your goal. In a 300-meter hurdle race, if you don't know, those first few hurdles are staggered. So it may look like they are ahead of you, but in reality, we are all side by side. So pace yourself, remember to breathe, and finish the race. While here, I have had the pleasure to meet other like-minded students who have also taken their fair share of big leaps and small hops to get here. Students who have moved across the country and oceans to get an Ivy League education, parents and people who left well-paying jobs or even took a pay cut to deepen their knowledge in their desired field. I just want to say, our big leap and small hops of faith has paid off because we made it. Some of us landed on our own 2 feet, and some of us may have had to roll to absorb the force, but we did it. I want to encourage all of you to continue taking those big leaps and stepping out on faith, because this is not the end. Faith, the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. Have faith in yourself. If you did it once, you can do it again. Have faith you will get that 6-figure job. Have faith that you will get accepted to med schools and PhD programs, and that you will conduct and publish groundbreaking research. Have faith to do something you've never done before, and make sure you do it well. Have faith to take that big leap. Yes, sometimes we might fail, fall short, or not perform as high as we thought we would, but all it takes is for that one time for us to land safely on our feet, to break barriers, walk through doorways, and build a legacy. I want to leave you with my adaptation of a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If you cannot leap, then hop. If you can't hop, then step. But continue to move forward, because we will be the next group of change makers, and I hope to see you all at the top. Thank you.
So that will conclude our presentation for today because, no, that was actually great. I was like, yeah, getting all pumped up. And I was like, I'm a leaper. I rolled for 5 years. Okay, so hold on. Where is mine in this one? See, that's why you write a great speech, because you know exactly what to do. Okay, and that's why you're getting a PhD, because you're smart. No, good afternoon, everyone. Esteemed faculty, graduates, and guests. It's so beautiful to see all of you here, and especially what a beautiful start to what I will hope will be an amazing weekend for all. It's an honor to speak to you all today at this very momentous occasion, and at the start of a very memorable weekend, like I mentioned before. As we gather here to celebrate the accomplishments of the 2023 graduating class and doctoral students, we must acknowledge this hard work, trials and tribulations, track meets especially, that we overcame to reach this incredible milestone. As graduates of the Brown University School of Public Health, you have spent years dedicating yourselves to improving the health of communities in the state of Rhode Island, the state of Massachusetts, across the nation, and in different populations across the world. You have learned from some of the most esteemed faculty over the years, and now you have become experts in your respective fields. You have conducted rigorous research, analyzed data, lots and lots of data, and created interventions that will now have a profound impact on the health of individuals and populations for decades to come. You should be incredibly proud of what you have achieved, and really, you should give yourself a round of applause right now, because you guys really did it. But I'm here to remind you that your journey does not end here. In fact, it really is just the beginning. You will now embark on the world with your newfound degrees and the knowledge and skills you have gained from your mentors, your advisors, and your peers. In this next step, you will encounter brand new challenges, and you will face expected adversity. But I believe it is important to remember that you have already overcame many obstacles to get here, including learning, creating, and surviving during an actual global pandemic. And through it all, you have showed your resilience. You have shown that you have what it takes to persevere, to innovate, and to also drive change. As you enter the next phase of your careers, you have the power to create this change, whether you're conducting research in a lab, leading a community health initiative, or advocating for public health policies. You have the ability to make positive impact on the health of individuals in the communities in which you care deeply about. Your work will not only improve the quality of life for those you serve, but you'll also create a ripple effect that will inspire others to do the same. So, as you leave the ceremony today, remember that you are armed with the tools, the knowledge, and most importantly, the passion to make a difference. The world needs public health leaders like you now more than ever. Take it one step at a time, stay focused, and continue to push the boundaries of what is possible. Together, we can create a healthier, more equitable world for all. Congratulations to the class of 2023. That feels really good to say. Your hard work, dedication, and perseverance have paid off, and this weekend we spend the time celebrating all of you. I can't wait to see what incredible things you do to accomplish in the years to come, and I will be watching. So cheers.
Thank you so much, Nelson, Kiera, and Catherine. Let's give them another round of applause. You have now a lot of notes up here. We are so thrilled to invite our speakers, our award winners, and all of our graduates into our School of Public Health alumni community. We know you will continue to make an incredible impact in public health throughout your careers. And thank you to everyone joining us today and throughout the weekend as we celebrate Reunion and Commencement 2023. I now invite Dean Aubert to announce our 2023 Alumni Impact Award recipient.
All right, before we leave the student part of the program, I want to do one more thing, which is not in the script, but I just feel like I have to do this. Two of our undergraduates are Fulbright scholars. They won the Fulbright Fellowship, and I kept thinking, well, should I do it here? Should I, But I don't want to leave without acknowledging the two of them because that is a big deal. So Sydney and Otto, would you just come up to the stage one more time so we could acknowledge you? Just stand over here so I can take a picture with you. But I just want to make sure that people understand that is a big deal, and for us to have two of them. Brown has always been in the top 3 of Fulbright Fellows for the last several years. And this year, 2 of them were in the School of Public Health, and that just makes me so proud. So. We didn't practice this part. So. Anyway, sorry about that. I know my team is, my team is, throwing them off key, but I just felt like I had to do that. So thank you for allowing me to mess the schedule up. So on to our Alumni Impact Award. It is my great pleasure to announce the 2023 recipient of the Brown University School of Public Health Alumni Impact Award for his exceptional work in advancing reproductive health care, Dr. Jeffrey Pipert. Dr. Pipert currently serves as the Clarence E. Ehrlich Professor and Chair of the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at Indiana University School of Medicine. He received his undergraduate degree in education here at Brown, where he studied engineering, music, and human biology, a classic Brown student. And he later pursued an MPH through the Robert Wood Johnson Clinical Scholars Program at Yale University. Dr. Pipert joined the Brown faculty in 1992, collaborating with many exceptional individuals in community health, such as Dean Vince Moore, for 13 years before receiving a K-24 Career Development Award. He completed his doctorate in epidemiology at Brown in 2007. Dr. Pipert is widely recognized for his extensive research, including his work as a principal investigator on the Contraceptive Choice Project, which has helped to promote innovative approaches to contraception and to reduce unintended pregnancies, infant and maternal mortality rates, and sexually transmitted diseases. Among his many accomplishments, the Contraceptive Choice Project stands out as his most crowning achievement. This groundbreaking study provided no-cost, reversible contraception to over 9,000 women in the St. Louis area for a 2 to 3 year period, resulting in substantially lower rates of pregnancy, birth, and abortion compared to national rates. The clinical trial also significantly reduced unintended pregnancy and abortion rates for the entire St. Louis region, saving an estimated $5 billion as of 2018 in averted Medicaid spending. For his decades of dedication to women's health, his mentorship of future leaders, his incredible insights in the field, and his indelible contributions to Brown and the country, it is my honor to present the 2023 Alumni Impact Award to Dr. Jeffrey Pipert, and on behalf of the Brown University School of Public Health community. It's heavy. Well, we gotta present it.
feel a little bit bad because I didn't get a fist pump from the dean. Thank you. Feel much better. Well, thank you. I will keep my remarks brief, but it's a pleasure to be back at Brown, and I welcome family, friends, and students. And I have to say, hearing from the students today, they're a tough act to follow. That's quite a stellar performance on the part of the students and the Fulbrights. Another round of applause for them. It's truly an honor to receive the Alumni Impact Award, and I want to thank the selection committee for this honor. I also want to thank my family for their support, my wife Joyce and my 4 kids, 2 of which are Brown grads. I also want to thank my mentors. You mentioned Dr. Vince Moore, Sally Zierler. These are legends at the School of Public Health, I bet. Melissa Clark, Kate LePan, Joe Hogan, all were very supportive during my time at Brown. So as an OBGYN physician, I'm able to make an impact on patient lives, really one patient at a time. But as a public health researcher and as an advocate, you take care of communities, thousands of people, and populations. And I think you, will find that a very and incredibly rewarding career. So my passion is public health and women's health and reproductive rights. Kind of an odd duck for an old white guy, I think. But anyway, last night I grabbed my daughter, my youngest daughter, who's a third-year medical student at Indiana University. I said, you have OBGYN homework. You're on your OBGYN rotation, so you're coming with me to the State House to a hearing where they were evaluating, and the Attorney General was charging one of our physicians, Dr. Caitlin Bernard, with failure to follow HIPAA regulations and disclosing patient information. Has anybody heard the story of Dr. Bernard? A few, yes. Well, I'm very proud, in addition to having mentors, I have mentees, and Caitlin Bernard was my family planning fellow at WashU, and I recruited her to Indiana University. So my daughter Leah and I went out down to the State House. The hearing started at 8 in the morning, and it finished up just before midnight that night. And after this long hearing, she was fined and reprimanded for disclosing information about a patient, a very young woman who had to cross state lines from Ohio, where abortion was banned, to come to Indiana, where we still had legal abortion, so she could get a medical termination of pregnancy after a rape. A very young woman, 10 years of age, who was raped and had to go across state lines to get health care. She felt the moral imperative to educate the public about the Dobbs ruling and the overturning of Roe v. Wade and how it will impact the health of women, girls, and pregnant people, and how it will increase health inequities. So I would tell you, I stand with Dr. Caitlin Bernard and support her decision to educate us about the detrimental effects to public health of this ruling. Anyone else support Dr. Caitlin Bernard? Thank you. So I have one brief piece of advice for graduates and students, and that's to lean in and follow your passion, whatever that may be. Advocate for public health. You really can make a difference in populations. So once again, I want to thank you for this award. It's great to be back at Brown, and enjoy the weekend.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Piper. As we come to the end of this ceremony, I want to congratulate all of our students, their families, and our award winners. This is a significant milestone. You have shown tremendous dedication, hard work, and perseverance to get to this point, and I am confident that you will continue to achieve the great things in the years ahead. As you go out into the world, I encourage you to remember the lessons you've learned during your time here and to use them to make a positive impact in your community and beyond. Remember that success is not measured by what you accomplish, but also by how you inspire and uplift others. I wish you all the best. Look forward to seeing the many things that you will accomplish. Congratulations once again. And remember, the success equals the intersection of preparedness and opportunity. We have gotten you ready. So step into those opportunities. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 20.